All right, switching back.
Yes. Section 3, where we are now inside with wet pants.
She splashed me with a puddle.
She splashed me first.
Yeah, but you splashed me bigger.
Because I'm bigger than you.
Yes, you are.
Not for fuck's sake. Alright, so Flirty Alphonse.
Hi.
Asks us, what is your biggest roleplay pet peeve?
It's a close tie between Mary Sue's and grammar.
My biggest pet peeve, and as elitist and petty as this makes me sound, has got to be OC names. That is a big, big thing for me. Because a lot of times that's all I have to judge your OC by. And if I see, say for example, an OC that says, I'm from Jing and my name is Adam, I'm going to go, no, I'm not playing with you, and go somewhere else.
Especially if you don't have an about page.
Especially if you don't have an about page. I guess that's actually my biggest pet peeve, is have an about page. Even if you're a canon character, because not all canon characters are played alike.
No.
Every single
Take my Riza.
Yeah, every single Riza I've seen is different. Every single Winry, every single Ed.
Every single Roy.
Every single Roy.
All you Roys. Hi, all the Roys, we love you. Don't ever change.
We love you guys.
Every single one of you.
But especially for canon characters and especially OCs, because if all I have to judge your character by is what's in your little about on the front of your blog and the name in your blog title, I don't really know what to do. I'm liable just to take you at face value, and generally if I do that, I'm probably not going to play with you because I don't know what your character is like. I don't know if there's an explanation for anything odd that I see that on explanation, because you know why your character is the way they is. I don't. So, what is our favorite thing about roleplay? Do I have to pick one?
It was easier to list the least favorite things.
Yeah. Well, here's something about me. I have a mild form of borderline personality disorder. And part of what the package that comes with is I am prone to dissociation. A lot of times for me, this takes the form of playing pretend. I am driving in my car. I am bored. So I imagine that Roy is sitting next to me. Or, you know, I pull up at a stoplight and I'm, you know, running errands and I'm bored as hell. And all of a sudden, say, characters from Bleach are being chased and they jump in my car and I have to lead them on you know, I have to help them escape. I get bored very, very easily. I have to have something occupying my mind at all times. So role-playing does that for me. It helps cut down on the dissociation that I have, which is very, very mild. And it helps just keep me occupied when I have nothing else to do, and a lot of times when I have something better to do. But let's not talk about that, shall we?
For me, it's an escape. I have a lot of stress in my life. I wish I could do that, because that would probably help a lot of my stress.
Hi, that's my hidden talent.
Yeah. I use roleplay as an escape. I've jokingly said I live my love life through my character. It's partially a joke and partially not. I'm able to take a lot of the stresses that I have in my real life and put them onto the backs of one of my characters. A lot of what you won't see, because I don't play her as much, is Kami gets a lot of my stress. Poor girl. I love her to bits. But
well, it's like Spirit has a lot of my tendencies.
Yeah.
More so than Hughes does.
when you can take your stresses or your issues that you're having and place them on the back of a character and write it out and explain exactly why you feel inferior when you have so much expected of you, or exactly why you're struggling with this specific fear or issue, or it doesn't even have to be the same one, but to be able to write it out can help you.
It distances you, and in distancing, when you're not actually, I had a Taekwondo instructor who one of his favorite sayings was, when you're knee deep in alligators, you forget about draining the swamp. Your worries are the alligators. The cause is the swamp. When you're knee deep in your worries, you lose sight of what's causing them. You lose sight of how to fix them. If you can actually back out of them, distance yourself somehow, it helps a lot of people. And role playing does that for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm sorry. When we say desert, we mean desert. I am parched.
Yeah, she comes from a place where you're breathing water vapor.
Our towels stay wet on the hand towel hook. Our 90% humidity is kind of normal.
Yeah, we're here. It's usually like 1% if you're lucky.
Mm. And it rained today.
Yeah, I teased her. She brought Houston with her.
It didn't help the humidity in.
Nope.
It just made my pants wet because splash.
Why did you start to role play? I was 12. I was bored. It looked like fun.
I was 14. I was bored. It looked like fun.
Also, I had a gamer mama. So.
I had a dad that encouraged writing.
That works.
Yep.
Goals in life, and it doesn't even have to be career or school stuff, which we have covered.
Yeah, pretty much. Then we've got our one little fun please, please, please goal.
Which one's that?
The coffee shop.
Yeah. So we both read a comic, a web comic called Questionable Content. And two of the characters, Dora and Faye, run a coffee shop called Coffee of Doom.
If you haven't seen Questionable Content,
go read it.
Go read it. It's appropriately titled.
Yes.
So, it's appropriately titled. That being said, there's a character named Dora. There's a character
named Faye.
Even to the point of weight, which is hysterical to me, because that's, y'all have seen my 10 by 8 con thing, which isn't going to happen because stress and strep throat.
Although the amount of walking we've been doing and the water weight you're losing here.
This is true. I'm shooting for 5 by 8 con at this point. I just want to fit it in my Riza cosplay again.
Anyway.
I'm struggling with weight. Everybody knows that. It's a struggle that I have, and it's something I'm fighting, and that's something that Combi fights. That's something I put on there.
She has curves.
Yeah, Faye has curves.
Dora's a stick. Shut up.
You are.
But they run a coffee shop called Coffee of Doom. And we had this cute little pipe dream of maybe one day opening in like an anime themed coffee shop and, getting to cosplay behind the counter and all this.
And because Coffee of Doom.
Because why not?
And I'm also, I've managed retail coffee shops and restaurants before, so it's something I know how to do. I'm certified in. I know what it takes to start one, to run one, to get one off the ground, who to contact.
So she's basically the brains and I'm the good looks.
Okay.
You're what? I've got nothing to do. You're setting all this up.
You can make the coffee pooping dinosaur.
I don't know how to weld.
My daddy does.
Well, then he can make it.
He probably would.
There you go. Favorite pastime?
Really, Tumblr?
Alphonse, really? Aside from role playing, I like to write, I like to listen to music, I like to read.
I like to write. I like to ride. I like to read. I like to dance.
Yeah.
I don't get to very often.
Biggest pet peeve in general?
Being stupid.
Yeah. Willful ignorance, I think is a better way to put it. Because there's a difference between simply not knowing or not understanding
Yeah.
and being willfully ignorant when someone is trying to point something out and you just ignore it.
Yeah.
Favorite qualities?
No, I'm going to go back and address the other one.
Okay.
Making fun of people with special needs. I worked with the special needs in therapeutic horseback riding for years. I used to teach it. I was certified in it for a while. I love special needs kids, especially Downs kids. You can't get me started on that. People who make fun of children and adults with special needs is a major pet peeve of mine. And while we're on the subject of major pet peeves of mine, go look at the post that, as of this recording, I wrote this morning. If you're going to spread a rumor, investigate it first. That's all I'm saying on that.
Favorite qualities in yourself?
Don't look at me, I am potato.
Woman, answer the question. Answer the question.
You start.
I'm a good listener. I think.
Yeah,
Your turn.
I am potato.
That does not count. Nice try. Con mom.
I guess empathy and logic.
That works.
Because shut up, you're being stupid. Okay, let's move on.
She
Thank
said that to me a lot.
Well,
Strawberries or chocolate?
chocolate.
Chocolate. In fact, it has been proven that the only way I will eat strawberries is if they have chocolate on them. And they have to have chocolate on them. They cannot be covered in chocolate and then the chocolate falls off, because then I won't eat them, because I hate strawberries. Favorite songs? Let me show you my list of favorite songs.
Current favorite songs.
There you go.
Angel with the Shotgun's always up there top of the list. Whatever's on the radio.
Temporal Shenanigans by the version by Rachel McWhorter.
Wanted by Hunter Hayes. My gosh, any guy sings that to me, they can put a ring on it.
Oh baby. Angel Heart by Fujiwara Keiji, because Hughes. What?
That moment when you are your muse.
It's a pretty song and he has a gorgeous voice.
Yes. But that moment when you are your muse.
Get off this thing.
No.
At least I didn't say the other one.
You gonna. That you've mentioned it. Here, you're gonna talk about it for me. Give me the drink.
Nah, I'm saving that. No, because look at this question later. I'm saving that.
Oh, okay.
See? Okay. Write my username on paper, please. I forgot my pen. When we get home,
Yeah.
we will both write it down and we will take a picture and we will post it for you.
Well, we've got a couple of things that we had to do at the apartment anyway.
What?
The one about the weapons.
Oh yeah.
We'll do that in another segment.
Yeah. What cell phone do you have? Mine's bigger.
Really?
Oh, hey. Oh, you know. No, don't care. Do you love your phone and why? Yes, when it's not being a butt.
Mine's a piece of crap.
Because it is very, very useful. And right now,
Right now,
the
roaming.
background is this. It's that really awesome picture of the sacrifices, and you can go over to, if I can actually get it to move, you can actually go over to Al, and then of course you've got Roy and Hohenheim, and then Izumi, and sorry Ed, you were too little to fit on.
My background's my horse. When I have money, I'm gonna get a new phone. I've got my eye on the new LG Optimus, and it's pretty, and it's bigger than yours.
Favorite books?
where do we start?
Lord of the Rings.
Well, yes.
You asked where we started.
Yeah. Discworld.
Harry Potter.
Redwall.
The
Funny
Chron-
thing about that, we didn't know that both of us loved that series until last night.
Yeah, seriously. Also, I like The Chronicles of Amber by Roger Zelazny.
I like The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis.
Yeah.
Our Salvatore's Drist series.
Favorite outfit?
Hi, you're looking at it. Blue jeans t-shirt.
Pretty much.
Although I have a really pretty dress that I'm wearing on Sunday.
Good for you.
And then cosplay.
And then cosplay. Actually, my favorite outfit would have to be Asgar's. That shirt and that vest and those slacks. Because I'm sorry, I look damn good in that.
Yes, you do. You smell good in that too. You got the cologne that goes with it.
Favorite quote? We have so many. Gosh.
Out of the one that I read on site quotes the other day that actually is a Bible verse that they missed. They didn't, but it's a Bible verse. But it's
Whatever.
Better to be. Better to keep silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and leave no doubt.
Oh, my favorite quote. Gosh.
This person can change the course of the future.
Don't make me hate you.
Again, I'm going to be permanently bruised.
It's paraphrased, but there is a point in the Drizzt books where he's having one of his introspective moments that usually come, between acts of the books. And he's talking about dragons and how dragons don't necessarily have to be, the actual beings. And he says something along the lines of a world without dragons is not one that he'd like to live in. So basically equating dragons to challenges. Motto to live by.
Be the best you can be.
Nanakorobi Yaoki, which means fall down 7 times, get up 8. And that is actually going to be engraved on my class ring.
We gotta check the time.
1742.
Alright, we're doing alright. Oh,
yeah, but then we get into Ursa.
Hi, Ursa.
Hi, Ursa.
That's Richard Alphonse.
That's
the end of Alphonse. Alright.
Though we do have one other question, which was names. How do we end up with the nicknames that we use?
Oh, yeah, that one. I don't even remember when I started calling you Archan, and I realized in hindsight it should have been Raichan, and I feel really bad about that, but yeah, well, it's faster to type Archan, and my phone recognizes that as a word now. It's kind of just a little pet nickname. When we were first getting on Tumblr and weren't sure if people used real names on Tumblr, and I was like,
and just because it's usually a better safer bet if you don't until you know the person.
Yeah. That all being said, Lieutenant Colonel Daddy is a mouthful.
Yes, it is.
And hard to type, especially with all those O's and L's and Archan. It became a lot faster and easier, and yes, I think I first did it in a tag.
I think so, yeah.
Stuck.
Yeah. Rhina is a nickname that I chose. It's not my real name. I chose it because my real name is insanely common.
And mine isn't.
Nothing's stopping you from choosing your own nickname.
Yeah, well.
So Archan, obviously, Rhina begins with an R. Keitan, Katie, Kate. Chan and Tan are Japanese honorifics. Tan is usually used for small children, or when you're being incredibly cutesy. Well, Chan didn't seem to fit you. Leave me alone.
No, because Chan brings up, well, K-Chan anyway, brings up this little chibi K-pop thing.
But there you go.
Yeah.
It's a form of, it's a very familiar form of address. Honestly, while I don't mind Archan, I probably would be a little more comfortable with something like Raichan or Keikun, Kei is the Japanese name that I kind of chose.
Spelled K-E-I.
Spelled K-E-I. The character, the way it's written is actually the character that is also Megumi, which is the Japanese translation of my middle name, which is Grace, to mean blessing. So, Kei-kun, or Rai-chan, and then she's her. Well, you are. You get to lecture about your own nickname.
My real name's Katie, and it's not a nickname, and it's just plain Katie, and I'm stuck with it. And I never came up with the thought of making my own nickname because I always thought that was something somebody else gave you. And
well, to be perfectly fair, it happened when I came up with Rhina because back when I was on LiveJournal, when LiveJournal was the thing.
You're dating yourself.
Yes, I am. I wish you did. Con brain. Shit. But when LiveJournal was a thing, there was a meme that went around that was rename yourself using your existing initials. Now, my initials are RGB. Hi, I'm the rainbow. So I just went on to Behind the Name and looked through all the names there, and I happened to like Rhina. Most people think it's pronounced rain because it's spelled rain with an E on the end. Technically, it's probably meant to be pronounced Reina because it's a variant spelling of the Spanish name, which means queen. I decided to be different and difficult and go with a pseudo-oriental pronunciation, so it's Rhina.
Difficult?
Shut up. I'm not even giving you soda.
Mm-hmm.
I bought that soda. It's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the... Yeah.
I bought you a milkshake.
You did.
Shut up.
I bought you a DVD.
I bought you a milkshake.
I bought you a DVD.
A milkshake.
Rurouni Kenshin.
This is us on a regular basis, by the way. Usually it's over Skype vid chat, or it's over IM or text, but
this is us on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Now, if we're going to be going along those lines, though, I have adopted the name Merides, which you'll either find Merides or the only Merides all over the internet. It's usually me.
It's like I'm the Rhino Wolf.
Yeah. Merides is Sindarin, I think, for Waterflower. And it was one of my first Lord of the Rings OCs, my first human Lord of the Rings OC. And I kind of just, the name stuck.
A text. I want to read that with my people.
Hi,
Excuse
David.
me, David Tennant is calling. Facebook.
Anyway, I kind of adopted the name Merides, and Mary is a nickname that I get a lot, M-E-R-I. So, yeah, I guess along those terms, that would work as nicknames.
Same general kind of.
As far as Archon and Katon go, though, that's kind of just our thing.
Yeah. There are a few people, like kind of like our inner circle, quote unquote, that use the name, but at least for me, I would rather you ask first before you use it, because it is a very, very familiar form of address for me. Rai-chan, Kei-kun, if you come up with something else you want to call me, just shoot me an ask, whatever. I'm pretty easygoing, but Archon is kind of just special.
She's the only one allowed to call me Katon.
And done. Yeah. We're probably just going to call this segment here because we have about 2 pages left to go from Ursa.
And a couple other people.
And a couple other people. Well, who are the other people?
We got Magvel Muse, Idiot Colonel, who are you calling Small, Shichan, and Mustang Plain Optimist. How many minutes do we have? We covered 5 minutes. Let's call it good.
Yeah. All right.
Alright. Ursa, you're next, hon.
Yep. All right. And cut.